the sad truth about Vitamin and Nonz. Now, let me go into detail about why I love Vitamin, why he's at the end of the series, why he continues to happen, after Doom. So what ended up happening is by the end of the course I took last year at 2022, which was a rule studio by Funimation, they just kept it, in street code, because there's multiple things that happen in real life that was regarding family members that, I got results, in person. But it wasn't consistent every day, and I was very, anxious and, worried because I only saw my signature once, and my signature was in black and Japanese lettering. So, that's legitimate, but, not every day. When you're running the business, your signature is there every single day, because I had, a job at John Curl Pizza. Literally, when you get to see your schedule, shows up and it looks like, green, orange, purple schedule. Sometimes you get off days, literally. So, 2 days far apart. Like, you work on Tuesday and you also work on Thursday, literally, and you'll be here Saturday for overtime. So I don't get fooled by businesses that easy. So one picture with the voice actor Vegeta and one signature in Japanese lettering, we were working on something. So that seems pretty legitimate, but not when you're living life every single day. And if you want to know, as far as I'm as famous as that Vitamin, shit that I'm saying, just like 50 Cent, literally, I am as famous as Vitamin and 50 Cent on the street. I have other feats that keep me content, like I know that I'm drinking the radio because I dropped Master Plan and I dropped Golf Perp, I dropped a lot of tracks last year. So the meaning of Vitamin is that she's very, very, very hard and very intense. And if you know what Vitamin is based off a girl named Charity from Dark Darkness. So what I would do is, record versus battles in the house. Like there's the ones that are the most famous, like the one with me and my Alberto, the one with me and my friend Alberto, Lily, for the second time. We battled at least 3 times. And the thing that stops it from being a hoax is that we have characters with defining traits. So, I made sure that there were some versus battles that I didn't record, so what I'll do is I'll go back to PlayStation history. Literally, it'd be like, John's, P episode, opening 7, or, Styling Showdown, episode 7 versus, American Dad, episode 10. Like there's an off-screen battle with me and Matty Mo. And what would happen, is literally I would make defining versus battles. Like, did you know that Mariah Lee for Snort and the voice actor of Cape and Nether, Kayla from Johnson Crumble Pizza, literally had a battle. And that Mariah almost lost, but she won her heart. Yeah, I made a lot of sacrifices. Like, I made a lot of martial arts decisions. Like, I made sure that Kayla won by giving her an episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Well, Mariah had, an episode of Drawn Together. And she went really, really in and out with the Super Saiyan 2, go on shit that I was talking about when I move my feet in Fire Z, just like I move my feet in real life, how I get to embody the character due to having a six-pack and due to being the same height as Gohan. So what ended up happening is I didn't record those episodes, and what I do is I backtrack the PlayStation history, and then I put in the links to the description, like GOM and so forth. So what I did was, literally, if I didn't put them in the description, literally, that means I stated it for a studio. That means if it is real, literally, you would have everything that I recorded in the studio. So I had a mob boss strategy, literally, if they tried to fuck me over. So it was really, really good. Yeah, definite battles like Jesse about Daniel from Platinum. And I got put in a situation where I was on the streets where I can only be saved by signature only. You don't know how police work. Even the signature doesn't work. The police can push principle even if you have the signature based off the crime you committed. But if you have the signature, then it starts off very productive, and then the police recognizes you doing something productive, and that's how they actually work. I'm such, a gangster, I'm such a mob boss, I knew the system so well to the point where literally I told Chris that this is nothing to fuck around with, to a point where literally you could arrest both Chris and Sean Schummel and forget about me ever making Nonz, and I know that. Because I know Chris and Sean are both gang members in real life. But anyway, back to Vitamin. Vitamin is very powerful, and she uses the fruits of the divine tree, literally, based off the true Samuel in the Valentine's Day special, literally, to control the earth and control the universe, and it's really, really, really fun. And she's elder cousins with the main character of Daishiki. Now, my brother has a friend named Joe, literally Savage Joe, but we call him Ishio Joe. Literally, he hits me up, literally, I'm like, when you gonna hang out with Ishida Joe? And they go to the Hearth Raw, where they eat shit like turkey and big fucking stacks of macaroni and cheese, And if you know, Daiseki is a part of African, in Japanese lettering, specifically African lettering. I'm saying Japanese as a pun, in order for it to go off in slang. So what ends up happening is, Daisuke is, colorful patterns or, Picasso patterns that are based off, African, markings that literally are basically Egyptian markings. So when I say Shinakaras, aka Shannon, in Nonz, Shannon, the girl I grabbed that fan made, Shannon that was there, the girl that was based off Karen, and Karen is also, based off me in freshman year. And when I say based off, that means it happened all around a similar time. So, it's kind of hard to receive a false accusation, but that's Japan that's having fun, literally. I heard this guy had curly hair and he had transformation from my high school, and there's a girl at the highest school into your high school, and her name is Karen. That's literally Japan just having fun, literally. And someone has to teach you how to speak like this, so it's really, really, really bad, to accuse someone like me. I'm also mid-tier in court, so if you take me to court, I can make a joke, so if you have no composure, I can easily win because, the cops are not fucking robots and shit. But at the same time, literally freaking, that means the girl has to go with composure in order to beat me. And that can very easily happen, literally. I can make you joke all you want, but a girl can come back with saying, literally, I feel like Eris actions is really, immature. And that's very rare because if she's teasing you, that's a contradiction from teasing. So that's why I barely, get into trouble with, girls, because I call out their promiscuousness. So back to this, let's go back to Vitamin. Vitamin and Daisuke go hand in hand, and it also went hand in hand to why I was stuck in the street and why I was okay with it, because I originally had characters like Nokia and Subaru, and Subaru was based off a rap battle, literally. So if a cop just wants to say, oh, Nokia is just a phone and Subaru is just a car, they're in for a big awakening because there's a history, with me and my friend. And if you go harder, Daisuke literally means that you're going harder in terms of literature as a black man, because that's going into depth about what happens in Africa, going to depth what happens in African Americans. It's expanding in Daisuke, it's definitely expanding your mind, where it comes to the black criteria in the black formula. So if you're on, alone on the streets like me, you can practice your fabulous, courses, stunts like Da Vinci, Daisuke. Those are all, advanced classes for black men to understand rap better. And that's what I've been doing this year, falling back at Da Vinci and Daisuke. So when I say Shannon, aka Shinakaras and Nonz, faces Daisuke with the magic school bus, it really means something. So last year I took a course of Kids WB, literally, where I chose to color orange, as a color scheme. I know, orange is heavily incorporated into, things like AC/DC and bands and so forth. But Vitamin is raw and Vitamin is evil, and she kind of has some similarities. She has big similarities to the Queen of Imagasi, Suzuya, who's based off Haruhi Suzumiya. And Vitamin's role is basically just like, Toby's war in, in the Naruto 4th grade ninja war. And C goes hand in hand with the computer generated characters, and the exact same reason why they have computer generated characters is why Nonz could be immortal, and why the series is going on, so we have to stray away from the computer generated characters to focus more on things like Big Al and the Big Al formula. Well, I gave you a whole bunch of time because I was burning off 2 years, literally, but I never gave you the Big Al formula. So Vitamin goes hand in hand with Vitamin Water, and at the house I did a presentation of Black Cooler. So that's how famous I am on the street.